Hey guys, Jason Library here from Library Outdoors. Right now I'm up here in the Boundary Waters like I am for a handful of my videos. I am hanging out in my shack. It's an Eskimo 250 XD. We're about 1.5 miles in here. So within the Boundary Waters you do have to use a hand auger. That is a requirement. So what I wanted to do is run through what I use for a hand auger out here. When you drill holes by hand, it's a lot of work. So it is important to have a really good one, and you kind of get what you pay for with it. So for me, I've been using the Neil's USA hand auger. It's like their tealish color one. I can't recall the exact name of it, this version of it, but it's pretty well known for the Boundary Waters. So I'm just going to run through a few of the features of it that make it really good, and then also just a couple areas that I actually tweaked on mine. To start off with, I am inside the shack, as I mentioned. Normally I would do this video outside, but it's very windy today. So the videos that show me using it are outside, but because of the wind, I have to do this video for the overview of it inside the shack. The first thing you'll notice on this that's pretty helpful is this handle design. So first off, it has this wing nut on here that allows you to loosen it and then rotate it around and then lock it in again and then secure it. So that allows you to make it just a little more compact overall. With this handle though, one of the key things that makes it very effective as a hand auger is this yellow handle. So these yellow handles are offset actually from the main shaft. So it's probably a little hard to tell here, but the main shaft is here. This handle is obviously probably 7 inches offset, and then this one's about 7 inches offset or so. What that allows you to do is as you are rotating it, you use both of your hands basically at the same time. So you're pushing and you're pulling. That allows you to turn it actually faster and with more strength. The one challenge with that is, it takes a little bit to kind of get used to that. So I'd say the first 3 or 4 holes, you're going to feel like, what's going on here? Why can't I drill? Blah, blah, blah. And that's because you're not doing it smooth enough, where then it's getting the top basically out of alignment. So it's not really catching the blades. So really important to use these handles the right way. Turn them at the same time, put a little bit of pressure down, but once you get the routine of it, you kind of feel how it just shaves the ice as you go and it catches. So you drill a few holes and then slowly over time you'll be like, wow, this thing is really great once you get the hang of it. So that being said, a handle upright, you lock it in with a little pin here. So it just goes like that. Pretty simple overall. Now this auger, I don't know the overall length of it, but one of the first modifications I did is added this longer extension on here. So this longer extension is about 14 inches. So what you do is you buy this little piece here that has the flights. So it is a little different than normal augers where you add it to the top. Why they do it like that is because you want to feed all that material up and out of the hole as you're drilling, versus having just a longer shaft. It's going to feed all the chips all the way up until that ends, and then it's going to have the weight of that up there, and it's going to be harder to move it around. So you add that kind of right in the middle, in between the blade assembly and this main shaft. So then the blade assembly on this is pretty unique. And that being said, it's pretty expensive, so be really careful with yours. You can have them resharpen it. I haven't had to do that in 3 years that I've had this, and I've drilled a lot of ice with it. The blade assembly is not replaceable individual blades. It's this whole red assembly piece, so that's why it's expensive. So I think it's around $100 just for the blade assembly. That being said, you can send it in and have them actually sharpen it. As far as sharpen it on your own, I don't think that's a wise idea. These blades are curved, so it'd be very, very difficult to sharpen that properly, unless obviously that's like your skill. The blade assembly, as I mentioned, is curved. What that does is it allows you to shave away the ice versus like chipping away the ice. So once you get going, you can kind of feel it just shaving away, and it goes pretty smooth as long as you have the power behind you. So those are two things to note, the blade assembly and then this auger extension. I would add this if you get over probably 20 inches of ice. What that does, it allows you to keep a good ergonomic height for the handle assembly, so that as you're going through towards the end, you're not way down, kneeling, or like laying on the ground, basically trying to get the last little bit through. So for having this on here, you will start higher, which isn't 100% ideal, but as you're finishing through the ice, you're at a really good height. So that's when it's probably better to have your height perfect, is when you're towards the end and you really need to fight through the last little bit. So this trip out here, I think we are on about 26 inches of ice. This extension was needed, I'd say, and it's very helpful. One thing to note with the blade assembly, the yellow blade cover that comes with this is absolutely terrible. I would highly recommend you throw that in the garbage, get rid of it, whatever you need to do to not have that. But you do need a cover on this. So what I found is the Strike Master magnetic 8-inch cover for the laser, I think it is. That actually fits very well on here. These are the covers I use on my 40-volt auger, actually from Strike Master, and I found it fits the same, so I bought an extra one. So is it perfect? Pretty close. It just kind of clips on like that. The one thing you do have to be careful of is when you take it off, these blades are very sharp and you kind of got to wiggle it off. So just be mindful of that. This is a major upgrade for, I don't know, maybe $20. Well worth it. Just slide her back in there, line her up, just like that. So those are the two general upgrades I've made. The cover and then this extension. Early ice, I don't know if I'll actually take this off this next year or not. We'll see. I did add it this year because we had really good ice this year. But yeah, that's the auger. I've had it probably for, I think, 3 years now. And like I said, this weekend I've drilled probably close to 20 holes in about 25 inches of ice. So it's doing well. And here's a video of me actually using it through this 25 inches of ice. Once you get the hang of it, you kind of train your muscles, things go smoother and smoother with it. But yeah, check it out. Neil's USA. You can find them on sale every once in a while, so watch for that. Otherwise, it's definitely worth purchasing. Thanks again for watching that clip. If you have any questions, throw it in the comments. Otherwise, hopefully you can pick one of those up and try to get up here in the Boundary Waters. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.